Yamo ato mema atiefo nyina ahama kwa baba power TV XYZ and afa radio XYZ so braso sensama esisi omangane mu samufo aboaboa no aso no so krogen na pasmakafo yaje atum adebram no yade baba tumanim na eye kasie no ensembebre na no na edimu akoten yesaso akase kasie na radio stations ahodo bebre so ewo omangane mu na odu framante manase Volta Regional Volta Power ho Global FM wo Sharp FM takrade ensroma nkrankwanta Boom FM jazz kanji nyame sampa nanom wa afugos West End Radio walemele saso na KFM kpazanglegi FM Bole Rich FM Asimfo so Trinity wo Bogoso efe High Radio Bechem saso na Oti Radio Dambai wempansampa wonde FM wo Pusiga na fe Bono FM sunyane Loud Silence Television esu ekutembi omangana ene amonani saso na Sunset Radio esu ekutem de denden sehwi yoso okonkrofo amanso akase no betie bi Opposite State FM Virginia USA tuning power 979 Density Radio Woodley Adamfopa Parigi Live UK OPD wo UK and afema XYZ online.com kasieno ebi na mosaso na adesha multi TV negibos no so betimi atie yen radio XYZ na awia brain sema ebedi akotene Kasiebo no ebi ne se AGI eso hrem se eye Owura John Dramani Mahama so omo gidie pa se adwuma Ghana fo ade ahye ne nsa no obetimi aye ma Ghana afaneto mapa efra Tamale South Mrashe Bedwane Yera Haruna Idrisu wadi asuja chese Yera Mahama amamwe muno wambehese bibia mu ebeda ho Sanso ana Minister of Defense Owura Dominic Nitihu edi tudwa se abato mu basabasa ye course no mayemfa sobo embo aban namum no IGP pona na yemfa sobo nyina enkogu na Ghana posisa dom no dia tudwa chese wono ma hwehwehwemu ase efia kwanta mampani akufo ne statue ye nipa bia hyase ebubu no hwehwemu egu akwan mu Saso ana Owura bi ade atudwa na wachirem se Owura ekufu damparo ya IGP yampam no enje ni dibadua ni dwumadie no emfa emfininsa Environmental Protection Agency ne fa ya wasantemantamo wonmo ade atudwa chese Robert Ahodo ese montene so ewo mantam ni mu a ehadwene Saso ana concern drivers ade tudwa na omosrese na nadone na benji shomde bai se gold for oil no ewo se sanhwemu no mampanya oba enhwehwempa esanse nume bebre na no na ekoachew ewo mu NDC mabuna hodo bia wom ewo Western North mantam no emu esre mampani Mahama se wo bai no wonhwe se nyuma bebuso na mabunu no anya biaye Wenen samudo bi ana yaboaboa no se pram to braka Kasiebo yade baba som kasefide eso na yenkam se Kasiebo no nyumaku ahodo bi na asuase yade baba tumanem yade aseda ma Roman Rage Chinese Clinic mipacho osebra inkrahia na owo na dwuma odie bi ane se oboa besa stroke obi wa stroke ane ha no anasempo yakoma yade diabetes na fe wachimrabo ya kidney wonsem nyina wodu Roman Rage Chinese Clinic o mehwa aboa na o matia se krakra ade amaw wo nkran Roman Rage hia oni India High Commission no na edi animhwefra no 0546 450 672 0546 540 672 na so do obehwa ma ho ato ye osi oye adwuma adwoada kopim fiada na adwoada no anopa na wotwe kopim no num saso na memenda eni kwasiada so oye adwuma anopa na wotwe ekopim awiabremu no no mienu enti momodin aso be kono atimi aboawo na wohwe na nipadua no atimi agina ne nan so sanso na prostate capsules or St. John Soboko odofo bia wo ye bema umfin ekwanimu prostate betimi ahawo sebe na sansem nyina betwa so tietietia no chase nonom prostate capsules na entimi emboawo ebia ntimi anjonso yi ana sebe ojonso etese che ugina fa ko chepa ne yewum ansa jonso no aba ne nyina behia prostate capsules na etimi aboawo saso na zipmine capsules anonso ose obete dene wo ebia na ese bema wo ya ye krawa wontimi ngina nanso ye nche bo no ntimi ndrobo na ese nyina points no ye je ade afi unsam anonom modern so benya eye zipline capsules na watimi anom bi na fe solar mixture eno emba ne mmemme nyina anonom esanse betu ndem yade ase ewo nipaduanim ebi a wode ye de pua anase gonorrhea anase papa so ahodo ni nyina no wohia eye solar mixture na watimi ade atu ase kra na chesa amatenka no so ahyeda abaye obi wasa atenka no enhyeda nsuani efe nso oba kwa afikyira embaye ni ade wohia eye solar mixture na watimi anom na no so atimi aboa ye pa mepacho solar natural clinic enadu edupei abedwam bomodian so be from 0245 616028 na edrome bi ehye bia no omma obi enom sa so ene bia nipadua no kidney ho nsam no atochema ewom o kidney atochema anase liver ho nsensem sa so ene bia eyawo problem ni nyina menkamfo solar natural clinic emfa emawo osebra no hwew na se wo so watimi agina nan so sadia kidney no akodu bia no obema ndu anom omwo mfidi omba hwe nipadua nim na efenduro no omatimi de biso ama omwa doctor fo a se enim de na chese wo mudem sakawa yade no bebi ehye bia no ebetu asekora nti modern se obekọ uyo bia se wahoho anase onan se atata ni nyina kwa meboa na watimi enya apomode mapa watena ti asefo asasi so ache edinkyere nti ko solar natural clinic na omonsho from 0553 932 631 na se wo so omomboa na apomode wonsam no enkoyi emfa emabronya emfa yade emfendi na bronya mepacho parties ahodo ne bekoso tese enya semkuma dwumadi ahodo bebre na ebi be ware ebi so beto abedin na se birthday bekoso na pensu papa no be serve ahoho a mepacho eye S natural mineral water eno ena behia edia serve ahoho no na etimi aboa ye pa ma wire mfi eye S natural mineral water eno na behia utuntonso o traffic mu anase dwumadi bia obeye na hwansu no eye S natural mineral water eno ena ebeboa wo mepacho kom shop bia benwa ubenya bi na wato saso ena ba XYZ haso a ubenya eye insuo ni bi nuduo mu ubetimi afre 0596273546 bebi a obi anom ya di insuo ibebro na so wetimi atombi wenu nyumeku ahodo aka a esuemu akasie no ya de ebro ewiabre nya besom eye me akuya krantema enafe
da chehima akosia oforiwa amanfo
efe yabesre ni die mu na ensem no yehwehwia apetim na yade amamo ye hyase a na jese eye the Association of Ghana Industries and so ade nsem bi atudwa na omo kire se omo ogidie confident papa by wo eye yewura John Dramani Mahama na administration ebe no omo ogidie se omo ye dwumaden ade aboa na asiesie Ghana economy Ghana sikasema atete apete na sai kura no obetimi asiesie na aboa na se Ghana sikasam ne ade nso no etimi akoso ade amaye na ise empanyimfo nsemo omudi tudwa no omukirema na ise wohwe paadia na ise sadia eye owura John Dramani Mahama eka nsem ahyebo no omjedi so metimi aya ne saa aboa na ise eye Ghana sikasem no nwuma nsem so no etimi afa no ntuma pa afra na Ghana yakwanim ewo eye ya sitinem esanse ne no sa wohwe hwehwe bia nipa bi ade ya adwuma na amboa ema Ghana gise eye mfridwuma bebre na no ena ise ahyiegu ayabasa eninti we ya de so omjedi se ebeboa na ise eye Ghana sikasam ne ade nso no etimi akosuye ade amayen na no ena omokyerem se sadia nioma ekono ebetimi aboa pa na ise eye mfiridwuma ne ade nso no etimi agina ne nanso na mpanyimfo nsem amodi tudwa no moma yentie bi
and passing by the office to do what is needful at this moment. Secondly, we believe the victory resonated with the entire Ghanaian populace, and they deliberately and purposefully voted significantly to give you the mandate. We believe this mandate will lead to an economic development constitution that will propel Ghana to the next heights. The association recalls about 2 months before the election, His Excellency had an opportunity to meet the Association of Ghana Industries. We offered a number of proposals into the manifesto. I carefully recalled tax reforms as one of our proposals, exchange rate initiatives and interventions, agriculture intervention with your big push agenda, We believe commercial agriculture will be one of the beneficiaries of the big push and the value chain within the agriculture and industry. I can go on and on with a number of interventions. Another one that pleases us is the public-private partnership initiatives. And currently, I can go back to look at the airport project, which was under the PPP, that of the MPS project, that also under the PPP. And it's a prayer that we'll see more of such interventions that will give you the space to get a lot of fiscal rationalization of our financial position of country by offloading a lot of infrastructure activities onto PPP. Mr. President, I don't seek to speak a lot, but I'll give opportunity to my leaders that I stand on their shoulders to do this job. However, to summarize, please accept our congratulations on behalf of the Association of Ghana Industries and the private sector at large.
Ani amutie aya president Emma aya AGI Dr. Mofri Anyin Dark ono ena se woten nsem na no achi no aya kane mampanyin so enya akwanya na nsem a odito omanim no moma yentie bi.
We also want to look at how we can use government's financial muscle to help made in Ghana goods, that is industries producing in Ghana. Ghana is the biggest spender in the economy. Government is the biggest spender in the economy. I mean, why we will always easily run to go and import things from China and other places when we have even better quality of those goods locally, I cannot understand. And so for me, it's not if. We must get all the goods that are made in Ghana. We must fix competitive prices. And we must give a caveat that if you want to buy cooking oil, you must buy these brands. You have no option to buy any other brand. Once we know what the prices are, then we know that they can, concentrate on buying made in Ghana instead of buying it from outside. Even if it's marginally more expensive, it creates jobs locally than buying it cheaper and creating jobs in another country. And so we're going to sit with you and see how we can tweak that procurement law so that the first priority for buying any product with government money must be a product that is made in Ghana.
Na we ayansama yewura John Dramani Mahama editu dwa wambra se AGI mpanyimfo ekwom nanso ne ono ekwa atwenkomo na yadasoa ewo na kache sanse nkunimdie bae no nipa bebre na na ekwa ne nanso ekochia no emanamo na eye America manu anem senior awo man Ghana mu nso no akọ yewura John Dramani Mahama nanso na ono no akwa atwenkomo na ensimode tu dwa ne bi ene se hwe ohwede ekoya omso ma yekrade so omne omebeka bomu aboa na Ghana atimi akone na yonkofa eda Ghana man ne America man ntem nso no emu atimi ayedin.
My mission is to congratulate you, sir, in person. I have done so already.
I assumed it.
And I bring greetings from President Biden, and you'll be hearing from him directly, but I did want, on behalf of the United States government, to really sincerely and warmly congratulate you and tell you how much we look forward to working with you and to deepening the U.S.-Ghana partnership.
Thank you.
And have some details about that we can go into if you have a few minutes.
Yes, okay.
Na anyamuti ya no aya America mano anemsini aya Harriet Thompson ana motene kananu achi no so no ye mampanyi owura John Dramani Mahama ade nsem bi atudwa no mu de twetwenkomo efa aya bambon nsem security sanso ana se enyinam ahode nsem ana fe aya se be na se agriculture nsem ebe kwaso no so de awde tu omonim no ebi eni.
But more importantly, even because of the energy sector and knowing the comparative advantage and technology and knowledge that the U.S. has, we want to work closely to see how we can resolve some of the issues in that sector. Of course, we worked on the MCC together, and it's made Ghana's electricity generation sector more resilient than it was before the MCC. As I said, it was just the final part that we couldn't complete together. Luckily, we had the opportunity to discuss with the MCC when we went there to see how we could wrap up that part of our cooperation. And so I think that it's something we'll look to start talking about as soon as we come into office after 7th January. Aside from that, on the security front, We know what the issues in our sub-region are. And US has been a long-standing partner in terms of improving our resilience when it comes to security matters. And so we look to continue that cooperation in that space. One of my passions now is agriculture and agribusiness. And we'll look to see how we can share technology, share knowledge, and see how we can boost agricultural growth and food service.
Na we ayansama yewura John Dramani Mahama eso editu dwambra America man na msinie ekọ ne nanso ne ekọ atwenkomo emma ne twinkwa no nsem ne bi na yede amamono. Tamale South mrahye bedwane eyonmonyamfo Haruna Idrisu nei wode atodwa ya wo kire se NDC amanyoko asabere wo mabefro tra banwa so no ogidie mapa ewo NDC aban mu se enhyehyeye mapa wo mo edi egu akwamu nyina no ebetimi abam na emom se wonu mabai no abrehye ahodo ya ye bepa wonu mo ese won kodi dibra ahodo office ho no enya de se wo mo de kwakwaya de wo mo pe na se ekobasa akra no a NDC amanyoko no nya de a won be so wo mo de mra ebe ya dwuma ne mpai bone se yewra John Dramani Mahama ba wa bai ne hyehyɛ ahodo de gu akwam ne post ahodo a wo hye Ghana fo nyina no ne nyina no ebetimi abaso pepepe na emom no de aseda kase pa no wo mo ewo bi edema Ghana fo wo de sansem bo nyina todwa wa bre ya enrada mrahye bedwan ekọ asetena na woni nsemtwefo edi nkomo
for standing strong and firm with Excellency John Dramani Mahama and having faith and confidence in his return to the presidency. It's my trust and prayer that he will not disappoint the Ghanaian people. At least he would avoid the arrogance of the new patriotic party. So be sure that President Mahama will run a government with ministers who will be humble, who will uphold humility as a hallmark and requirement of the president. President Mahama will also avoid abuse of the office with impunity. So the emergence of John Dramani Mahama marks an end to impunity. I won't listen to anybody. I'll do as I please. Nanado, you will walk away as you please. So is the Ghanaian people telling him. And I've seen many of you question whether President Mahama can run a lean government or not. It's a pledge he made to the Ghanaian people that he will protect the public purse. A true meaning of the public purse would be to downsize government. He intends to run a government with 60 ministers. That's very, very doable. I foresee him run a government with 23 ministries, so 23 ministers, some 19 cabinet ministers and their deputies, and some 16 regional ministers. Gives you some mathematics of 54 to 58 ministries. So it is. Have their deputies. Even current MPP regional ministers have no deputies. What I'm aware is that President Mahama will run a government of 60 ministers. That he would honor as his word to the Ghanaian people. And for him, it is protecting the public purse and preserving public resources, which otherwise would have gone into salaries, facilities, and privileges of ministers. He's saving that money in the name of the Republic and in the name of fiscal prudence.
Yera Haruna Idrisu ena yatene nkan disi abanye bay aswafo kuma bi ene anya aduosia 60 pe ahomaso honhom a ewan pipia manyoko mu no wo mo mfa bi nya adwuma nemom no man sika ene o man agapade ene o mo bebo ho ban yanto aso na yanko anim na wohwe Ghana Defense Minister Electoral Dominic Nitu na opanyi adensem bi atudwa akirem se na yakoto abai yanyina nim ne esi wa bato ni mai se ewiase no nipa bi afamu ahwero mo nkwa na se wohwe na nado amembu obebu ya 2020 nipa awuye ewa bato nsemu sanso ana 2024 ebiso asanso ahwero mo nkwa we no Ghana for do na eso makase na denti na Ghana for yakoto aba akira adwene apanipa obetimi adi anim ye keka nso no ebi afamu ahwere ayom nkwa na sansem enopanyi adi atudwa akirem se Ghana for ewo sobo bi a yade bebo bi a yemfa mbo na nadokora enye na adodan kwakufu na aban ena wo se yade ebom na mom no eye IGP
owura ekufu dampare ono ena wo se de sanfom so no ade ato ne po ano na owura Dominic nitu akirem se sa wo hwa ye ba beto aba no se eye owura ekufu dampare ebomode eto national election security so betimi ahwe na se eye abato nsem nyina no anka etimi aye jojo amaye nanso obi nim ne ye ya se abato na chini basabasa bi etimi akoso anipa afamu ahwero mo nkwasa na de sansem etudwa kirem se sadia niema bi ekokoso ewo manga na mu no enya dia se ye to so sa koye nima ebetimi aboa na Ghana etimi akonka se hu behia se abato mu no perepere ebetimi akoso omre beto ababawi a odasani anka ne modre ba kokora mpo no entimi embu na sansem yenhwe blame game ena ekoso ewo se aban no agi ne mfom so tumu na opa Ghana fo chew anase ewo se tese owura Dominic Nitiwu eba bonten kase mfom so no emma eye IGP sansem si ebeti asie ye no yenko amaso na ye ne owura Anthony eye kwei enhwe nkomo enbisa se sa ena wo so opanyin no aka ena wo se wo sanka bra so anya hwe kura no wo mu kwei de onbenum a etene fata na omde amagana fo so mbrom ho ase emma Ghana fo owura Anthony kwei so otemi nka memo ha emu akwaba
mejeso miniaba kwansma me pocho mizino mitumu se bia na miniaba ma afanu kwei dia ba medine ya kwei
owura Anthony akwei yo yo mami mbusa se ensama eye owura Dominic Nitiwu defense minister ade tudwa se de koso ewo bambo nsem achiaye ewo abato nsem no yemfa mana nado na mom no IGP ena ewo se de sa sobo no ebo no woni ne ya adwene na woni ne ya adwene adanti ena woni no eye adwene
mini ba mami chia we step na ewabi oya defense minister statement we make no or your statement to be clearly no option na adwinje there or there you investigate but so called during the election we send there say obi blame IGP here the defense minister or you're part of the security architecture or you no call the IGP or you're the head of the election security task force but I think that arrangement be away piano. There's a first me the go to market there. All those arrangements was not free to know. Meaning, clearly there is something a multi market there. The defense minister and mono to know more or less what there. Selective accountability and or sending certain signal or there. As so therefore, would deploy one on the ground during the election. Defense minister, oh yeah, what she had in there. Ma ye investigate today and find out today. Them are so the police station whereby the military hierarchy no almost the cat about until there. Ma any soldier to go to the police station until there. Police Funankasa were call one. And we saw a lot of incidents out there. Some soldiers went to the police station at the time and that police focused to send for one. So the question is that defense minister, is he trying to shift blame? Another, or you're not in there. Only your mouth for watching it today. Military officers who deploy on should not be investigated. So clearly, I think that when it called for a very critical investigation to the matter, because so okay, or the blaming of them IGP, more or less, that might be, subjective, blame, but not objective, because unanswered defense minister, he cannot take himself out of the blame. He must also be blamed for that matter. It means that this is what we call selective accountability, and more or less, all your watching today, military officers not deploy on, we should not, investigate them, but just call for a serious investigation into the issue.
And she said, "Ya okay on any yard in some nights you see ye, ewa about to no anka wa dream no, so we are security expert in upon so and I was set ya defa."
Yes, election year, but then we have what we call the post-election review. This is the time I believe that about Fufo will make sure that we will constitute a committee. In our share, not only the 2020 election, not only the 2024 election, there must be an inclusion of the 2024, the 2020 election, because in 2020 election, you about 8-7 people, including the the next, which is the 2024 election, is in for about 2-3 hours a week. So these two elections, I believe that there must be an inquiry to the facts, and for us to know, per evidence sake, and that will also help us there to say in election. About ahead of what 2028 election.
Anthony, na bisu akase. Was some campaign for Adra military no ano. A social military me babo until one bro mommy statement by say. Ankasada no crowd young sa asra phone bi. Our polling centers are run so ankwa no. Our sanka mankasa kra no modern crata babo until. Ebe pacho, our dear a see ya no kra wansa. A biomo statement bia. Omotimi adia babo until.
Very good question. Mineba. But the intelligence during the election, there was a break of military, chain of command. The CBS was not allowed to operate. And honorable you, are you aware that they intend to use the military to frustrate the election? But unfortunately, Omantima actually won't end. And that is why I'm saying, sir, and I'm calling, sir, the government of Albano, the president-elect, or the NDC government, they have to investigate, form, a committee to inquire into the matter so that we can get to know the facts on the ground. Because we are all aware that military officers were deployed at the time. Yin said there is a communique from the high command. This is a very critical issue, and I suppose that they must investigate into the matter and get to know the issue that really transpired during the election.
Yo ora Anthony Akwei yabadase papa se wonya bre na oni akasa e wasanse bre ni tie besi ya bibia si wachira yenim se de bia bo promaji aso no oba ni sa ade aboa ya ni atiefo nyina yadase pa ani amuti ayo owura Anthony Akwei ono enimde e obambon sema papa ese na dwenkyere nsema opanyi adebaye nia asisi nia oso mutu anamonhwe sanke bia ebinsi biom no enei ye prapram from so no ede ama IGP honsem ena ese oteye no Yeto so na yakọ yedim na oman Ghana posi sadom no wo mo de nkrata bi ababedadwa na ni nyina ne se ukopiamu ewo efia kwanta ya no hospital kase pa ye efia kwanta regional hospital run about ho ye nyina nim sem dada se na anu adabi ena beto dwa se mampanyin na nadodanko akufu ado wono ankasa ni honi anase ni statue wakwa kosi ewo efia kwanta regional hospital run about ho ye no ewo secondary atoye mantam no emo adanya wobetna soyi mampanyi mfie nwatwene no ubowuramu wo eye secondary ho no a wakoye mpuntunyuma bebre ewo ho no enti wakoye mpuntunyuma sa ne de na wo so no a no wotimi bɔ ne ho abaso ene se obeye ne statue ede esi wo na sa statue no oyesi ho no na Ghana fo di hu komo paase we de se mampanyi nka yenya Ghana fo na mpanyi fo ahunu se wabo ho mode nya statue nsi ho ma we na wa fa kira kwakwonwene esi ho ma kire se mwakwa bia no dia na jese ase nkyene nkamfo di hu na so mampanyi akufu ado wono akasa kamfo ne ho na sa statue mabunu bia mo yese yempene yebebu to abawie ye gususi ho fiti nane nansa ba nwada yenkwonkwo statue ya ena ne nan baako ena kire se tokuro abedamu yi kire se obi akwakọ budi nan ne baako chi hodom afiri hodom a kire se akwakọ ye awra hosem pa statue ne nan baako atu afiri hodom anase ne nan ye chi hosa no atu afiri hodom na no na kire se police force dabi di akoso no entwa ye na ne nyina mu no kopie mu ewo atoye mantam no emu a Western Regional Minister Penia woda mantam no ano yewra kwabena ochirida ko mensa eno wo kire se sa statue no esi ho no wo ka kire Ghana for se mampani akufu ado nyese bia wo ye ne sa keke na emom no ye kampuntunyuma wo ye bi wo secondary ho no pa wo kire mu afia kwanta regional hospital no wo mo rehab wo mo siesie ye ema niema etimi ekonkan eno akikura no takrade market circle no
obesiesie ye ema chese wosi ne kama ema ejina ne naso wose niema bebre bia ne theatre hydro interchange a eno so wo ye ne sa runabout a wo ye no a wonye nwie ye no akwakosi sa statue na si ho no etu okire mu sa statue no de wono regional minister no hunu se ne kwan so ano no nanso na bi mu ka se da bi enya ne kwan so ano na kwan no ye wonya nwie ye adenti na akwakosi statue wasi wo ni nyina emu no na posifo enei wo mo de nkrata abedadwa ya wo mo kire se nipa no wo mo hye kire no a nei wo makobu mampani akufuado ne nan ba kwa chi afiri ho no wo mo hwehwe no animanimu ya a kire se wo mo kye no a wo mo de ne be famra kwan so anase so wo mo dooso mpa wo mo de wo mo nyina be famra kwan so esan se statue no anya bia ayesika e no wo mo de yeye ena mampani mu a the whole Ghana the whole country mampani a woda ya no ne statues ho no a ukobu ne na chi afiri ho saa ye den etiposifo ne kire se animanimu ya wo mo de hwehwemu a sefata agu akwan mu a wo mo hwehwe sa nipa kro no a wo mo kotu sa na mo no na se wo mo chi wo mo so a emra kwan no wode wo no nyina ebefa so
we nsema aposifo ne de aba and me so me call mama mo adwuma
okay
ya to aba no wadro agiri no obi aba obi na mutuo
etuo
eno nso ade na ho so
ena de owu ye no
obi ohoni ne na ba bia egu na sa mo hwehwe de a na de onipa dasani na kasa ne nan so obi di tua bom no ade na no so mo ye wo
ene de omo wu ye no ene so de na mo ya fa ho
na we
statue
na ye mpuntudwuma statue ye di yanto aswe na yankwenu IGP de be wodia omodin atie bi na se tuanamon ehom na owura bi afa ne sergeant aye Ezra Benedict adensem bi ababonten na nensim odi abanyina ne se nei o twere krata na wasira ka to mframam se IGP owura George Ekufu Dampade o se yampam no kura enfi aye ne dwumadi a odi o manga na isanse na dwuma no sabi enhwani si abo obi na muti o hwehwe na dia ne statue 9 ba bia bu no ene wa twere krata ne ko hwe dia na se ni nyina ka odi adanse se wumba adwuma na nensim odi tu dwa no kirem se aye afie atwa mu no February bosome no se da etoso enkono ba beto dwa se okopie mu ewo police headquarters wa ejebi atoho jabra ni atoho emesi be bia na se omode akode ni adigu no eja akoto wa se bi ahye enam so mese aye fire service etu amerika ekokodum gya no na osi omudum gya ni wie no bepimene de adi gya ne baye nioma ese ho ani ade nyina IGP Ekufu Dampare ne mpanyimfo ne fe fire service fo nyina akoma no atuma so mo mbo ho ba enkyerɛkyerɛ ne nam so asa ne nyina no etimi esisi ye ho na no ana okirem se de nioma kɔ no ya de ansani se de owura Ekufu Dampare kana no atumo nsam no no ɛwɔ so bie abonten ebe kyerɛkyerɛ mu na owura eye Benedict enso esan so kyerɛ mu a na so omunya ne nte pa se eye police akachi wona nkasa kra no owura ba ko bi se ne din ɛwɔ ha mintimi amfanto dwa ono ene se boa pa ya edi eja no ekoto bebi aposifo no eye CTU amri no ewa atese ja no eto ho a ne nyina ehye dwerebe nti ano hwehwemu na wotre se Ekufu Dampare wo so ye na onyanye ye die na osmu behia pa se dwumadi a ehye ne nse se police sahye no ye beje edi afini nsem
ye kwasantemantam no ebona EPA Environmental Protection Agency wo mudi atudwa ye wo chese se no show man Ghana ye montene so a rubber jiba bia fa ya ne tituru kura kwasantemantam no emu a pure water rubbers ne rubbers ahudro bia jeje montena fa empo ye nsase no ese ne pa etimi kasai no wo mo ani sachet water manufacturing companies ahodo e de ahyiamu asese no wo mo pe kwan pa ya wo de sa kwan no befa so na mpo anampo pure water rubbers no any rubbers ahodo egugu montene so no ye ntimi fafa kwan pa so na mpo ye dane mu e de ye bibi fofora ebetimi aboa yen e wo man mu pa na pani ya wo no eda EPA no ano e wo mantam no emo ye Dr. Jackson Nyantachi Adia en wo nsem hwefo di mu enkomo abre ya wo mu hia mu die no ekọ awieye.
You've seen this yourself. When you go to the Subrin River, I've cited that as an example, you realize that the entire river surface is covered with plastics. And then, some of these things will just end up in the oceans. And then in the ocean, the whales and then other aquatic organisms may swallow them and then eventually join into the food chains. We assembled all the people who are generating the plastic, the sachet water producers. We brought them here, and then we also managed to get a resource person from one of the EPA staff in Agosto, Anthony Aqua, who is well versed in plastic issues. He has been able to use the plastic waste to produce laundry baskets and then litter bins. So we brought him down for him to train the people on how to use the plastic waste to produce some of these things.
Dr. Jackson Adia, nesem ena yatie sa plastic ne yebet media fa kwan bebre so ama yenya somfa so ente ho anamontuo ena sa bre EPA fo kyeremu a wonmo etuo.
Na yanto aso na yenko concerned drivers for so eho na Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana and so about one thing adin sembi abetudwa na omo somodi tudwa ene se omo srepa and sudden sayem se nyoma bi wa course o man Ghana ma yanka se bi aba na asenti no sa nyoma no so se befa no ho adi sa na ko esa no so se ate Ghana ha ene na do aban je se eye baomia eka hu no eye adwen se omo se Ghana se eye gold adi akwa mono ne akwaje fango adi aba na eno bebo ma se Ghana fango bono ebetimi abafom nanso Concerned Drivers chirem say gold no de koye se fango mo de baye gold dudu se no mo de koye wo mo de ni nyina je fango na baye se no bepema ne Ghana fu enya sansem no nti omo sre pa say Ghana mampanyi a oba owura John Dramani Mahama sansem nyina no obedu aye abankasiem a onto ne bu enbiabiem nkrata ne nyina mu ye na onhwemu maako na chese sansem no nipa etachi ye ni nyina no omatimi atwema so sense omom susu say nyoma bi ankoye e wo sa hihye no emu na sansem se nipa odi animu na one nsam twrofo atwe nkomo ho no eye Pauli na osanso efa sa kwanya no so ebo NDC amyekuo no abaso so omanya okoden na makon sa abo na nei mpempen so omhwe ne nyomo hwa ebetimi aboa Ghana fo nyina no abamu adi amensema Pauli adi tudwa no ebinie
say ye din kwanhye asamba ye papa John Mahama ani party mpanyinfo nkanka no nkafo na be de akire say wo makokoden no ye wonsam kakra mienu pre a ye ka kire wo say wo mo ba akonya no so a on the 7th no ade adaba kwa ayen pa good for him ye pese be di na otwe mienu wo so say ade no mayen enu achi ni ye hye ye papa to mama nkra say adaba fo ye tanachi ye pese oba na otwe mienu pepepe ne adaba fo be trans obeka wasam ye tobutu ye pese say tobutu so ande ba back enti ye fra ma ye nsam ye nsa ye jira so aka ati o mampanyin ni say enipa bia bo omadwe mo pose wo bema basabasa ya ba a politicians ni be ko hye o machi a won twa asem ntu because yet free Wednesday no eno Sunday yate say papa ozu bempa enso aka ho asem papa no na ye ni say ye ne nya adwen but asem we nko ade e kasi so pray say ye nya because yate da
na we anensema Pauli ono eye kasamafo ema Concerned Drivers edi etudwa se nima bi wo akoso pan me mprapra emfa bibi nkata so na mo yenhwemu na ema asumdwen so enya adwuma eno se eye George Pauli oye dwamtirani ema Concerned Drivers nisem ebi ena moteye no
Yanko Western North Mantam no emu na NDC amanyoko no maburu ya wo ho wono anante ya wono eye victory walk pa na womo ede ehhehye so ya wenu wo se ya fadi victory na chese afia bato no womo fa ne se fala NDC amanyoko no na no na pani a wo da mabunu no ano e wo Mantam no emu Jesse ya edo wode ato mampanyi ya sabre ya to ba eyi no yera John Dramani Mahama ni mu se mabunu no edan no wo she wonu bo bebre wo mu woni mu gidie woni mu arehye mu se wo bai no ye ka enwuma obabie bi ama mabunu wonu mu anya bia ye eti wo mu dan no ehwe na ni mu se wo nya frutra ba nwane soso akofra mu swaye a enwuma no wo mia bie ni mabunu wo memu so enya bi enye
abana enya no yankasa ya ba anya ba efu ba bia ba nti 1 yeyi ho akire se abana enya NDC for ema na mo kan na mo de mai ebiem aseda na de ma serious constituency say in fact the seat has always been green but them 1 or 2 bin tea na fe na ebi mu fi say blue nti we na be green back no na say yeyi ho akire nti basically no 1 aseda na 2 you confirm say numbers na enya no organic
Jesse Yao Edu ena Yatenenke and Wachino ena Israel Zakpata wanoso eye constituency youth organizer ewo mantamno emo and wadiatuja ya watcher says Sadia Mabuno no wamo e watching yen musaba pepe and etia na wamo de wamo bekoswa ta yera John Dramani Mahama chi wanipania wonyamra shebedwa kwenyan ewo hosane beya nie wamo de agua kwamo wama niso adi huna wamo wo edimo man Ghana ni titru e mabuno no etimi abam
Yene Mabuno Abontua, I keep fit, I party activities for the past 7-8 solid months, and they have demonstrated say Omu GDM mapa or NDC mo. The Omuka any say Omabrabo assay, Omunim so when you do move your peniswa, Omu Pejuma, Omunya, Noma Bebre assay our Mimo, I have Yakaomo, and until Omundas was say Yabra Mahama could be better after Omu no bet me up at you, Mofris, how Havia Titi and no, just as when you about and yeah, in green work, I think 17th August. Almost rank here, third in the whole event country. Say, oh my God, you can't work for a year, you know, yet you're third. So demonstrators say, we also map ready say, Omuji to the India map, oh my Ghana, oh my Yenso.
Israel, Jakarta, and some ena yetiba.
Yantu asona yamboshi anko Aguna West empatemu na tese nipa yatu aba ade emano ewo Aguna West eye honorable Ernestina Ofori Dangwe eso ade boshe ama nempeso so ewo Aguna West fo nyina se eso mehwa aboa na se women's bank no ese ye adwuma pa mu nyina baby na atimi aboa na ochirem se sadia NDC amyoko no ewo campaign biremu amo kansam so mehwa aboa amamba sikakura be se beta tomachi na se sika omuhiade ya adwuma nyina no atimi apiam akonkan no omese ntem honso no omonsa bekem no de sansam itudwa wombra no ne anem sini Alex Donko etwem komansam no sadia koye ebini
me de share ye nuanoma wowo Aguna memo hanum Aguna West constituency to be precise enu nti no wonjimindi Women's Development Bank in Michelle Mobonu Oreba Life and Khaled abebwa yen ema na ye digwatitru na yen so ye hu ahehare yen enti munya gidi wo memu gidi amunya wo mu nkoso ama mu hihi ma mu ntie ma ebinom beka na mu nhwe nim onche bia ye the Women's Development Bank ne beba abebwa ade ewa Aguna West ha na mu nso manya mu chefa ewo mu so menu anu medwedifo munim pa da meka mo ho amanso medigwa wo gwechi afeide yenso so ye twa fufu ma wa atonkwem yenso so ye de ayeden aba enu nti monka makomantum yem onam da me yedwedi ni nti minim ye haw minim da ye hia loans ye hia sika de adigwa ona ne ye haw titru ena ma ye hwehwa anu nso ne da ye kwafa nyoma ne ba wo beto na jimidi Insisaya me Papa John Dramani Mahama di atu akwanmunti going forward ye nneoma ne ye de ba ye benya atofo wo beto ye mboke bio
na anono ayansam no sanso atu aso akirem se wo ba Aguna West mpatem akwan bebre na no anye eninti obe obehwe na chese wa lobby na akwan a asese nyina omotimi asietia ma ade hye no na aboa na akwan abedi adwa wonsam ne ade nyina nso no atimi akoso yie
amudi hu da se the NDC de yen na yeba Aguna West ye mampuntuduma eba ye hwema akwan eye kama bibia toto na kwan enu ntimi nuanoma driver fo monka makomantum ye mate eda me be hia mo mani je maso mudi hu da se de NDC just 4 years na kura no mode mayen na ye de ye nuoma papa ewa Aguna West anti monka makomantum ye makwan no oba party na migina he melobi na mahwe ma waye kwan no edi amamu tikanwa akomatu yem waba na nsai no aba we mese beto atwode na nso ebenya ho ne omapa na wankasa edi ho dase next election obi nkan sure that waba farmer oba party na ene NDC amanyoku wankasa behwe membodembo ejuma ama ye di aboa na hwedo na asan ato edi amabi edamase
na wei aye nipa ato aba ade amano so membra shebedwani ewo Aguna West mame Ernestina Ofori Dabe ninsem ena motiyi
Maburu don frefo be de kire ema NDC amanyoko no eye Osman Ayarga ene wode ato mabuna hodo wo mai emu ne titru NDC mabunu se womo emu madi ena ho esanse nansen ye behwa niema bia ekoso ewo mai mu ni nyina ye MPP amanyoko no womu hwehwia niema mpanifo bia kyerese drip infidie hu niema womu hwehwia enu akikura nuane ahodo bi womu hwehwia fertilizers ahodo a eyo man yi dia womu ahyase ya kyerese womu atwi ekogu womu dem ni nyina ne se aban MPP aban yagu eti agu sa no na kyerese niema eyo man ne dia no womu ahyase a womu ehwehwia edikogu womu dem na Osman Yarga etufu se wo ya ban mu nipa MPP aban mu nipa mpo ye Ghanani na se womu ensa so mu a wodo be kogina emrana no na emra no eno edi
me friend mebu na omo NDC enya NDC kwa mebu na omo Ghana ha so who bibi and that's a suspected movement say government official and outgoing government official and MPP mebu na omo titam niema say obi person we are there munchino na mo handing it over to the appropriate courtesies. Mamon man can't say obi ankobo obia. Mrs. Most suspect say obi we are this is a fertilizer and cement and government materials and government car. Munchino na mo handing it over to the appropriate courtesies. Where a friend of citizens arrest. Who here police. So who say obi we are there. Chino and son wako handing it over to police. Into my friend mobuna more NDC. Mobuna more Ghana. Yen youth organizer me say. So who obi that's what suspect obi say we are there. Chino na handing over to the appropriate courtesies. Now mundele with Sandy Pakron. Mamun chen now mamu we are there ni we na say omo handing over power my work say oh afi there she new office no any office niama de be adwuma no ebi no enti me frefre mebu na mo Ghana ha obia bie nani and obia jina obia take position no observing the movement ni niama ekoso so who say obi try say obi are there munchino na mo handing over to Ghana police.
We are okay no e dey na she nkra wo kasa munya ntiye nkofo wi anema.
Yes, just no a national organizer and a deputy general secretary omukọ fie bi e Ashanti region Sokoban and omu 10,000 bags of fertilizer. Now 10,000 bags of fertilizer government there then obi fie. Aside from that so it say somewhere around KJB in the Oti region. MPP members omo try say omo we drip equipment and ayechi omo. It's at this time around say that be as the youth of this country no obian be nani high no share whatever is happening any form of suspicion who suspect say obi movie are there munchino na mo handing over to police so go do police not or explain it say or innocent fine so a guilty so the police will take over man can say yanko bu obi me say that be yenchi obi or try say obi we government property and a government are there and almost so almost try say almost change ownership of some properties. Yeah, picking intelligence even from the Lands Commission. And him say, "Be try very hard say omo year change of ownership before handing over." You catch omo. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say, "Asasi bi aye government asasi na mu record did amokotono oba reversing back to government." Ye catch obi say munja start transactions in
Osman Ayarga ena yate ne nkanti MPP officials na mashase awiawia ne man munya steady pa esanse wonsa so mu a woduba gina emrana no na enobo edi yenko hola sevia hebo clinic na yenkwaji yayare shem awia wutie Kasiebo ewu hwebi umpomu eniema nkwaye emfa emawo wachine a wunya no adura hola sevia clinic for say to anamo na bra yade bia se wona se na tatai anase bia nufom kokram ena tete wo diabetes yade bia se kidney no eno how aba wo liver no eno how aba ho a hola sevia hebo clinic for say to anamo bra oba woduba to afidie so ni pedua mhwehwemu ansanna wama anu adro na wamachi kwan no wamu ashama wone Access Bank no ena edi enhwedimu obetimi afra homai na wone wonum edi nkomo 0576656658 ena fe 0200623038 0267668653 024040 9991 ofra hola sevia herbal clinic for one mo ebeje wo so na owura bi dia ba woye responsible young man ni manimu ya wo so wope edan ya no eye chamber and hall self contained ena ope ahan ti uye fiewra na wote yen kasa bre ye besre yen agent asembia efiewra na sa wo chamber and hall self contained around Mataheko anase bia latabio koshi mamprobi dansuman kamara ana banana ina ubetimi afre ahoma yi ofra owura no ebejo so na waba abehwe edan no ahoma no eye 0534 717973 and afe 0507 877028 0534 717973 and 0507 877028 ufra orano obejo so na waba abehwe edan no ewie adehima ma ye gina we so na yaje aboafo nkrato aba ye ba ye de ensem dodo no a ebeto am so. Ghana de Shima ya Simon Munina ha eba TV XYZ so Radio XYZ na face so Power 97.9 FM. We are prem to braka in Kasiebo and wasiguso awutie na uhwebie. Ye to Kasiebo no so na yakoyenim na yenko piemo e Tema Central abato empesia no eso akonya no ye mrahye akonya no pania wodi enkunim e wo ho eye onwanyafo ebi bright and wakọ eye aso demu dia sida PSC sida wampam asidam rempima siedu akoma twedi ampo nyankropon se womankunumdie kese se akọ ede amano na wahye bose wabose no empuntunyuma nko a na omanfo no ebenya ewo so.
Yako elections, successful elections, as far as we're concerned. I was saying Danyamiase. Say me by sorry Wednesday just before Saturday elections, no. And also for preaching, no. He was talking about peace and confidence, faith as exercised. And TM said yes, and also bombay against manipulations. And Saturday to Monday, the no. Na me dear, my calm and collected. My only concern was for omo group ewa bontinwa. Just say in the heat and all of that now, omo agitated say bibia beba to an end. But beyond that, I was confident and I was calm. And we were here to thank God and say Shiloh, the end of Shiloh, and despite the agitations of the evil and the wicked, we are very confident, say. We must hold on to God and thank Him for His mercies. The Masentra anya dianka ebeye easy da. So I mean, it's not something that we take for granted, but we thank God, say we've been able to fight the good fight, and I'm the MP elect for Temasentra.
Wodi manyafo every bright ana adeshmama yatene nke na okono nya okoketua na so nyankopon ba mu amane enkunumdie kase akwama na dia na nyame ese aseda.
Nasa osa asedampa yetua so na yako eye ensemfufuro mu nso dia nasa eye NDC amiokono National Democratic Congress empanyimfo edenkrata ababonten na omunsem nyina ne se ene no omo hwepa so mutu anamo a emma Electoral Commission enya no na no nta no na adwen so beko na recollation brofo no kwa mbesen ne bia ne brofo foforo recollation ya som dia baba hwimi no se entoa so kra de se entoa so na ohwe sansem na Electoral Commission no ade betu dwa se uko baby ti se dome kwa benya oka kwa Central Abrekuma North Tema Central and afi obuasi is na said yanchinu ahyew eba so ewa abato nim no ehu benya so mesan so akenkan ba no eno be hwehwe ballot person nyina gu ho no maka no foforo mako na eno na NDC ameko no mbranimfu ewom asori se dabi we no enye sapa esan Electoral Commission wa na ado brofo by elections are won at the polling centers inti ayade na wadie brofo mpesa musesa no enya de betwa yie kura ne awadi nkunim no wadi awie eninti eye team no asori a omo se omo famra kwan so ahwe se sa niema ne annamo a Electoral Commission ne episode 2 no ento aso ewo mu na chese NDC amyoku no nsema omo de call eye chese eye court ese omo akofa nsem no adiaba no omkyerem so wo hwe ni pebi tese eliklim akulugu ese ne Peswaso, Saso, and Baba Sadek, a Rabna Obin, Ibi Bright, and a face Samuel Abuaje, Omo, and I say, Electoral Commission Besomo de Sebio Mupioto, a Chiania, a Jim Cunyano, a Diffio Musmesa Quania, Sebion Pesomo Faso, Nan Cunyano, a few Musemno, and no, and Electoral Commission, no, a Pese Oyen, and also a Nadia, a Betimi Abua, Saso, and I say, I want some Musono, and it's a Mukono, Bacon, a Urakofi, a ham, and so Eden, Mam, Eden Sembi Atuja. Says Okopie mu ewo eye trobo abato mpeswa no so a eno so mo hwe no mo ye bribi ewo mo sanse abato no se de niam akeka kwae no enye sa ene se eye NDC amiko no eni nipa ekoto aba no ekoye no nti omo hwe na se nyuma bi a esisi wo nyina no omo modin hwe na no so eye asumdwenso no enkoso ewo ntem ho.
Yes, science to be a masher for and yet here for say a responsible, a very young gentleman or pedine. And when we are to your fear and not what's he and car or pair chamber and hall self-contained chamber and hall. It's open what matayako and na se bia latabia kwashi man probi dansuman and na se kamara babana in eti saa mia bobo nyina no ye fiera na sa wo honom na wo chimba en ho self content kama very neat one a obetimi afre orei obejo so oye very responsible oba onye niam basa eti channel so
o yire ne mba so me fanka
okay
o yire ne
bia
o yire ne mba aha
eti number ni e 0534 717973 and after 0507 877028 0543 0534 717973 and after 0507 877028 when you hear agent bia etu ye fiera ubetimi afre
we na ye begina no so na ye de pram tobre Kasiebo a ewie ete semufo eso na so krojen eboaboa no ema apesemakafo ede bram no ha se na ye de nyina esi ye de Kasiebo yi ebram ayeme akuya krantma na afi
da chima akosia oforigwa amanfo nansa na ebekọ no sofo prince ne baba akone eye na woda ye friend no Kingsley Japan Kingsley Japan sofo prince ne ba no ene ye na woda osetwedi ampo nyankopon hira no onkoso anhira no onkoso anya ne kese de ohwehwe wo wiasem nyina no nyame emfa ennom no adehima ma ye de asi yakramo